BBAI is in a major spot here, guys. Are we going to get the double bottom right here? Bottoming right around that 533 twice, then finding a move to the upside? Or is the overall market going to bring us further down, retesting spots like 470, looking for the bottom there before going ahead and continuing up? So quickly on the weekly, guys, we've seen a very obvious ascending profile where we've gotten in these very obvious big moves to the upside and big moves to the downside. That's been the whole story of BBAI. Very volatile low cap stock. And recently we've been seeing these big moves up and down like we're used to seeing, but in an ascending profile, right? We're going up and down, but we're holding higher than last time. That's been the narrative that we see. So should we be holding our base here, guys, and continuing to the upside? Or is all the pressure within the market going to bring us further down? All right, guys, so taking it back to the daily, we see an obvious structure here. We see a V-shaped structure with a bottom support level of 533. Bottom here after the volatile move to the upside, reaching 939, and the volatile correction back down, not quite getting back to the bottom. So that's the picture that we have written out here. We go ahead, bounce from there, reach 722. That was the resistance that held up here. Also a resistance in the past. So 722, definitely a major spot on BBAI. And then we go ahead and trend to the downside. But we see some short recovery kind of indicators that we are going to bounce here. We kind of get down to that level. We bounce back up, bit of back and forth. And today, we've seen a incredibly tough day in the market with the bears really surging in. The beginning of the day was quite bullish the first hour, and then after that, the bears run in and completely destroy the market. If we're looking at the overall sector for low cap IWM, a lot of low cap stocks move with its overall sector. We've seen the strongest bear day since, around a month and a half ago, where we got this movement right here. And this is in the midst of trying to go ahead and have a nice day, right? We gap up in the morning, we try to continue some nice price action at first, and then completely engulf that candle, and we see a continuation engulfing this chop here. And we continue down, breaking under that 230 level, which was our support level. So that was the obvious support, which kind of led us up here. We found the ground at 230 and led us to this nice ascending profile, ultimately getting up to those all-time highs, guys. And that was actually a past resistance here, right? We bounce off that level and we go ahead, nice volatile move up on the hourly, and that's where we find that nice ascending profile. So very important spot, because past that 230, guys, we're kind of cleared to that 225. And if we can't hold that 225, we're cleared even lower than that with not a lot of good support zones to look out for, just kind of micro support zones, especially since we haven't touched them in such a long time. This is definitely a call for a quick reversal. Hopefully, we get that quick reversal, hold that 230 spot, and continue to try to trend back up, finding maybe a little bit of energy building phase and going ahead and continuing up. But the overall market, guys, if it continues to pull down, it's not going to be good for the overall large cap stocks as well as the low cap stocks, as IWM is kind of in a bearish position here. And if we go back to BBAI, if we see the hourly here, same similar story. We start the day off well. We get above that dreaded 622, and then we quickly correct downwards, kind of moving with the overall market. But we do hold and stay above that 533. That's the main zone that we're trying to hold up here. So good that we hold that as IWM flushes its support zone around that 230. And so if we scroll out here, guys, we see that that 533 was a big player in the overall, movement of the stock. We've seen it's been a support level in the past. It's also been a bit of resistance, and it's led to these big volatile moves to the upside, right? Reaching here, getting in this long overdrawn pennant, breaking out of that, and coming back downwards, testing that exact spot. And then we hold up there, guys. We hold up once again, leading to another volatile move to the upside, hitting that 722, which held up right here and held up once again. So BBAI we see being a very reactive stock, as once again, guys, it holds up. Boom, right here. Nice move up. Nice continuation. And then overall market dumps. There's only so much you can do about that. Looking like we're headed back to that spot. So I definitely predict that we come back to 533, but definitely be nice to look for the bounce there and continue back up. If the overall market can correct tomorrow, even a couple days of bullish price action, then BBI is very prone to go ahead and retest that 622 and try to hold above that and then go ahead from there. But if the overall market continues to crash, look for that 533 to hold. And if we cannot hold that spot, look for that rough $5 level to go ahead and hold up. But in the longer term picture of things, guys, we do see some pretty bullish price action here as the buyers are kind of sitting here, guys. We're chilling out. For a very volatile stock like BBAI, we're finding this ascending profile. Something we've never really found on the stock, right? In the past, we see these big moves up, kind of sharper retracement there on the IPO range, and then we kind of try to hold a little bit further up, but then we go ahead flush right back to where we were, and it's been kind of a similar story, right? Big move up, big move down. But here we see a bit of change in price action, showing the long-term future could be looking bright for BBAI. Short-term, though, pretty indecisive as we go ahead and see the overall market really have a tough time today. In the shorter term picture, guys, watch that 530 as well as watch that 5 and 470 being the main support zones. And if the buyers can't gain that control, guys, watch that retest of 674 and obviously that 722 kind of breaking out of this V-like structure and then going ahead being the main catalyst, getting back above that $8 level, and then that longer term slash medium term price target, that 1036, that being the main ceiling that we've been seeing here, right? That spot right here, that big spike up where the stock really came alive. That's where we see all the volume flush in. That's where a lot of people learn about BBAI, and that is a ceiling spot. So in the longer term slash medium term picture, that 1036, we get above that, we'll have a nice chance at those all-time highs of 16. But until then, guys, we are battling in this ascending profile. And as long as we can hold this ascending profile, I'm liking the long-term picture here. So it would be nice to see a bounce, but IWM as well as the overall market will have to show some strength. Hopefully find a bounce sooner than later on the weekly time frame. Here's IWM. We see a nice move to the upside, and we've been seeing a smaller pullback in the grand scheme of things so far. So we get a quick correction on that 230 and move back up. We're in good standings, and even at that 225, really good spot to bounce and go ahead and find that smaller pullback and continuation up. So that's where I'm at for BBAI, guys. Let me know your price predictions in the comments below, both short and long term. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Do not miss an update. And as always, guys, trade smart. I'll see you all in the next one.